Welcome back to Business Bootcamp's Lightning Launch episode 6, The Magic of Marketing Part 2. Recap. Last week we talked about the basics of marketing, what it is, the difference in building your audience and nurturing your community and creating raving fans. Did you enjoy setting up the social channels on the platforms most frequented by your ideal client? It makes it real, doesn't it?
In this episode, we are going to go deeper into digital marketing, explaining the power of social media and the importance of email marketing. So don't forget to subscribe to the Business Bootcamp channel. You don't want to miss a single episode.
So I want to walk you through a concept of owned versus rented online real estate. So what do I mean by that? Well, social media, you don't own your social media accounts. At any given moment of time, your hard-earned following or followers, where you may have spent months or even years producing content and building a loyal following, can disappear. How? Well, your favorite platform may decide, rightly or wrongly, that your account has been breached and presto, you are deactivated or horrors deleted and all your content, all your following is gone. This has happened to many, big and small. I even recently had, for no apparent reason, my Instagram account paused for about a week for no reason. Really could not find out. There was no breach, no hacks, nothing else like that. It was just the algorithm decided that there was suspicious behavior for no reason, and they deactivated it for that week. And owned online real estate, well, what is that? You can own your client email list. You own that.
The moral of the story here, know what you own. You own your email list. You use social media to capture your audiences, your ideal clients, emails and phone numbers so you can, communicate with them directly. And when you do speak to your ideal clients, we recommend that you focus on social media and email marketing, right? Look, some of you may be going, oh, email marketing, oh, social media. Well, we really told you earlier that you have to do marketing, and it's going to be forever. So you might as well fall in love with some piece of this. We don't do this perfectly. I'll speak for myself. I certainly don't. I've shared in earlier episodes that I have an opportunity for growth in being more consistent. That being said, yeah, it's the same with email marketing. I've had newsletters for all my brands. Have I been consistent about those newsletters? No. I opt to speak to them less than to speak to them more. That necessarily may not be the right mix. So just take a step, build momentum. That's what's most important. Remember, you want speed and efficiency. If you don't have the time for that, hire somebody. If you want someone to help you with experimentation and testing, hire somebody or do it yourself. The whole point is take a step. Here's another one of Giselle's truisms. Small steps lead to big leaps. Think about that as we dive into your digital marketing.
So for social media marketing, what we would recommend is that you focus on organic growth versus paid, right? It's a great and free tool available to you. So what is organic marketing? Well, it is unpaid marketing that you can do across your social media channels, and you can use different strategies like Instagram or Facebook Reels, which are just short video clips. Shorts on YouTube is how they're called there, and TikTok is a really great way to reach a larger audience that may or may not be your ideal client. Pro tip at the moment, video is almost essential. Anything you do might as well just be video. And if you want to really reach a larger audience, just focus on the Reels, the shorts on YouTube and TikTok as well.
If you are in design, architecture, that type of stuff, Pinterest may be your home, right? So we focus on the video because, that's our thing, but always know the platform that your ideal client lives on.
Yeah, no, thanks for that, Giselle. And then just to touch on paid advertising. So big warning here from me, from experience, but also from experience from companies that I advise, clients I work together with. It seems so easy to just say, oh, I will spend all this money, be it 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, whatever the number is for you, on paid advertising, because you're like, hey, I'm generating traffic, right? I'm generating people coming to my website. Well, if you're checking your analytics, which is going to be separate topic, but if you are looking and tracking what is happening and you're seeing that you're getting all these people to your website, but hey, they are bouncing, right? So they're disappearing. You need to figure that out first before you're spending all this money getting them to your website, right? So it's better to start small, start on a budget, have a look at what really needs to happen and what needs to work in order to make sure that when you are getting customers to your website or wherever you're trying to get people from social media to go, that they're doing what you need them to do, be it purchase something, to sign up, leave their email address, whatever. So once you've figured out that so-called funnel, then you can calculate how much budget you have available to actually spend in generating more people. So there is a pro tip around avoiding paid until you've really figured that out.
Yeah. And, you know, look, when we're talking about channels, don't be afraid to use multiple channels. You guys all do that for yourselves, right? We're all sophisticated social media users. We're posting and talking to people in our lives across various channels. The key here is focus on the channels that your ideal client frequents and uses. Everything is coming through the lens of customer obsession. And you need to keep that in mind as you build this presence. Also, know the personality and demographics of the channels you use. So for instance, when you're doing a video post on Facebook, people stop watching after 6 seconds. That's just a metric that they know and they have. So when you're doing a 30-second video, Facebook is not really the best place to use it unless you're putting it in your personal feed and it's all your family and friends who will watch, 20 minutes. But for business, it's just a whole different thing. YouTube is best for how-tos, right? This entire series was created and formulated for you to how to lightning launch your business. So that's one thing. Another pro tip, you've heard this a million times, repurpose your content. This is what repurposing looks like. We're going to take these video clips. We're going to cut little chunks out of it. We may put it into a demo reel. We may put it into a trailer. We may put it on social as bloopers. We may, all of that is going to come from one session of content creation. You may write a book, and you'll take the titles of a chapter and use it to do Facebook posts. You can also use those as titles for blog posts. You can do it in presentations. You can take all of this one humongous amount of work you do to create a single piece of content and repurpose it into infographics, into videos, into this, into that, into different size videos, right? Or lengths of videos. So always rethink or always think about repurposing content for speed and efficiency.
Yes. And now your email marketing and your email list, right? Remember, this is your own property. You own your client list. So this is really, really valuable. So you do want to be focusing time and energy on what's called list building or email list building. And again, why is it important? It's your captive audience. People go to their email inboxes to work versus they go to social media for entertainment, right? And you own your email list, so it cannot be deactivated. How do you generate more client emails? Well, you can create things called lead magnets, right? So it's your top tips. You can put them in a PDF and people go to your website, they sign up, and then they get emailed automatically your PDF. Obviously, these are processes that you need to set up as well. You can also host online virtual events where you talk about certain topics, a masterclass. I do these regularly as well, and it's a great email generating strategy too. Some tips and tricks, not to go into too much detail because email marketing is a session and a half in itself. Subject line of your emails are super important. Think of it yourself. When you look in your email inbox, the subject lines that are the most interesting tends to be the emails that you like to focus on and open up, right? You can also set up what's called nurture emails or campaigns, right? So to a certain topic, say you're hosting an event, you can create 3, 4, 5, 6 series of events, series of emails to that topic, coming in at it at different angles and different approaches to really warm your audience to the upcoming event and get them really excited for it as well. Also, another point to consider with email marketing is the frequency of delivery. Depending on what you're doing, you don't need to be sending an email once a day or even twice a day. Again, know yourself. Your email inbox is full. Do you want to be bombarded the whole time from somebody? You're going to unsubscribe pretty fast. So instead, think about your ideal client and the frequency of email that makes sense, be it couple of times a week, or maybe just once a week, or maybe twice a month, whatever that number is. But these are things to really think through as well.
I also want to say something that we didn't address, which is that many times your ideal client is you.
Yes.
And your ideal client is you of maybe a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? Because what you're creating probably came from some need, because you saw a gap in the market and you decided that somebody needed this product or service because you couldn't find it. Right. And the entire reason Eco Rico came to be was because of that. That's another story, but it's just something to consider that you may be your ideal client of a prior place in your life. And you will also know what that person was thinking, needing, etc. And that will influence your campaigns for nurturing and the frequency of the delivery.
Exactly. That's a really good point, Giselle. And I think just, when you think about that, really get into that person who you were at that point and what your needs were. It really helps you identify with that as well. The so-called scratching your own itch, right? A pain point that you had as well.
Growth work for the week. We're throwing more terms at you. You're going to research your keywords. If you don't know what a keyword is, most of you, everybody, I'm sure at this point knows what a hashtag is, which is hashtag blah, blah. It helps for search. So when you have a keyword, single word or phrase that you put into Google, entrepreneurial mindset search, and that is your keyword phrase. So you are going to think up some keywords or phrases that you believe your ideal client uses to describe their problem or pain point or solution. Okay. These keywords, these phrases, you're going to then pepper throughout your messaging and marketing materials and your posts or your lead magnets or all of it, right? Messaging is so critical. We've talked about this already. You're going to write, once you find your little list of keywords and phrases, you're then going to write 5 social media posts specifically for the platforms that you're targeting, and 5 video scripts. Either or, if you go crazy, do 5 and 5. You're going to put them in a separate document, not on a social platform that you don't own. You're going to put it all on the places that you own, so you don't lose your work. And then you're not going to post them. No, because you don't even have a business yet. So that's the next episode. Homework: research keywords that your ideal client uses to describe their pain point, problem, and or solution. Write 5 posts and or video scripts for the first things that you are going to post in order to seed and prime your audience building.
Short recap of what you've learned. You've learned what the best digital distribution channels for you to communicate with your ideal client could be, the power of social media, and the importance of email marketing because you own your client list.
In our next episode, we are going to dive into setting up your brand for success. So the nuts and bolts of starting a business. We'll try to make it as unmiserable and boring as humanly possible when we're talking about operations. So make sure to subscribe to this channel.
And as always, we love to hear from you and what you found insightful, helpful, or if you have any questions. So feel free to leave it in a comment below. And as always, we are here for you. So if you're looking to go deeper and work together with us, feel free to email us at the email address in the show notes below.
Help us tell the world. Share this with your family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, anyone that you know who would like some of this information for launching their business. See you next time.
Bye-bye.